We're opening up the viewer email inbox today to see what has been on your mind and to answer your money questions. We do this periodically, and it's always good. Money and business expert Derrick Kinney joins us now. That's what makes it good, and your questions too. Derrick, always good to have you here for this, and I think we both look forward to these because it really tells you what folks are going through.
It gets a pulse on what people are worried about. I love this segment, Jason. I love working with you as always.
Let's get into credit card debt first then, because that's something a lot of people have been thinking about. Derrick, Jamie and Trophy Club writes, we're almost out of credit card debt. Should we put that money toward paying our house off early or invest it? And then they say, we always enjoy your advice.
Appreciate that, Jamie. Hey, first of all, congrats on crushing the credit card debt. That is so hard, but it's going to save you so much money. Now we want to build on that money momentum. Most people think, now I want to pay down my house. The problem is bricks typically don't pay much money. And so when you put money into the house, you're just buying a brick. The only return is what that house appreciates. Here's what I would suggest you do. Take the money that you were putting toward the credit cards. If there's any higher interest debt, a car, any type of loan, put it toward that. Make one extra house payment per year. Put the rest of it into an investment account. That way your money is working as hard for you as you worked for it. If the money builds up to a certain amount, then take that money and put it toward the house. That way the money is working doubly as hard as you can yourself.
I like that, putting that money to work. Derrick, the next question comes from Maria in Cleburne. She writes in, we're worried about college costs for our two kids, ages 16 and 14. We haven't saved anything. What do you suggest we do? They're getting close there to that deadline of figuring this out too, Derrick.
Well, they are, and ultimately that's when you feel the pressure the most, and you tend to make the most mistakes to catch back up. But here's what I would tell you. First of all, take a deep breath, and you want to have a critical conversation with your spouse and then with your kids. And what this looks like is talking about, this is what I do with my kids. I call it the half and half program. You want to have some ownership in your kids if they choose to go to college, because if they know they're going to pay for part of it themselves, it informs them better of what is the best school for me, not just to cave into the peer pressure of my friends or those parents of what other parents expect them to do. So you want to have the discussion now, no shock and awe. You don't want to wait till their senior year, but talk about, here's what we can afford. That way you enroll your kids in the process, which makes it a whole lot smoother and more effective.
I like that. You got to get that buy-in, and you got to fill out those FAFSA forms too. You might be able to qualify for some different programs there.
High priority there. Yeah.
So let's get to Michelle in Plano now, Derrick. She writes, I suspect that my husband might have a credit card on the side and is building up debt. We fight about money all the time. Please help. Never good when there's a side credit card there, Derrick.
No, Michelle, my heart goes out to you there. And this is more common than you think. We call it financial infidelity. And here's the number one mistake, because what you're going to want to do is corner your husband and say, I know you're spending this and I know you're doing this. And that's going to put gas on the flame. Instead, you want to take a deep breath, channel that inner calm self and say, honey, would you help me understand? I'm seeing some things that are confusing to me financially. Can you help me fill in the gaps? And then you want to let them tell you what's going on. Because we know when people feel backed in the corner, they're not going to respond. But if they feel like there's a warm audience, even when they're in trouble, they're more likely to fess up. And that's going to be the first step to rebuilding trust. Doesn't happen overnight, but if you handle it well, it could actually deepen your relationship and get you better with money together.
Wow, your calm confrontation voice, by the way, is really good. I took notes just on that, Derrick. Let's close out the session here with a last question. This is from Ronnie in McKinney, who says, I want to teach my kids about stocks, but I don't want to bore them to death. Do you have some ideas to make it fun for them?
You know, I used to call this the gift of dad. I one time talked to my kids about stocks thinking I would reveal this great wisdom, and they basically said, Dad, it goes in one ear and out the other. We're not interested. And as a parent, you feel that way. So what I would ask you to do is ask your kids, hey, what brand names are your favorites? What type of shirt do you like? What type of shoes do you like? What type of jeans do you wear? And let them tell you the brands they like, and ask them, if you like those brands, son and daughter, do you think other young people like yourself like them as well? And they'll say yes. Why don't we buy a couple stocks of those companies so you can see how the stock market works? And it might cost you $100 per kid, but the bottom line is it gets them interested and engaged in something they like, and they're going to care more about it. If you as a dad want it drone on for 3 hours and you pin them on the couch, they will never have a love for stocks. But if you buy things they like, they're going to learn about money and enjoy it.
I wish somebody had done that with me when I was a little kid, Derrick. I would have retired by now. I wouldn't be standing here talking to you. It'd all be done. Derrick Kinney, always a pleasure. He created the Good Money Framework, and he has been answering your questions today. Always great, Derrick. Thanks so much.
My pleasure. Thank you, Jason.